Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Global TV AM News live in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I am Fauziya Lukman. President Bola Tinubu has extended his sympathies to the family of lead Chief of Army Staff Major General Chris Ali and the Nigerian Army over his passing on Sunday. President Tinubu's sympathies were contained in a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ingilali, on Monday. The late Major General Ali was the Chief of Army Staff from 1993 to 1994 when he retired from the service. Mourning Ali, President Tinubu described his passing as a painful loss, saying he served his country faithfully. Major General Ali held other important positions in the Nigerian Army, such as the Director of Military Intelligence, before his elevations to Chief of Army Staff. He was a respected officer. Vice President Kassim Shettima has emphasized the importance of education and collaboration in propelling the nation towards a brighter future. He said universities should take the lead in Nigeria's quest for social, economic, and political development. Addressing the University of Ibadan Muslim Graduate Association (UIMGA) at the grand reception organized in his honor in Ibadan, Shettima, who was represented by the Special Assistant to the President on Special Duties, Office of the Vice President, Jamiu Abiola, paid tribute to the University of Ibadan for shaping his worldview and instilling in him the value of public service. According to a statement by his spokesman, Stanley Umokocha, Shettima commended the UIMGA for its remarkable contributions to society, highlighting the initiatives in providing scholarships, conducting workshops, organizing awareness campaigns, and hosting public lectures on critical development issues. The federal government has resolved the passport production crisis in the United States of America as the three missions have resumed passport service. According to a public note posted in the Embassy of Nigeria, Washington, D.C., all passport applicants scheduled earlier for biometrics are expected to come to the mission on Monday. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwoola, will swear in 58 new senior advocates of Nigeria (SANs) on November 27, 2023 at the main courtroom of the Supreme Court. As part of programs lined up for the 2023-2024 legal year of the court, in line with the age-long tradition, the CJN will, during the special court session, deliver a State of Judiciary address that will highlight the performance of the Apex Court and the Nigerian judiciary in general in the 2022-2023 legal year. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has affirmed the election of Governor Hyacinth Alia of Benue State. It dismissed the plea by the People Democratic Party (PDP) and its candidate in the last governorship elections, Titus Oba. PDP and Oba had challenged the September 23rd judgment of the Governorship Election Petition Tribunal, which dismissed their petition against the return of Alia. Alia contested on the platform of the All Progressive Congress (APC) as the winner of the governorship election held on March 18th. A three-member panel in a unanimous judgment resolved the three issues that were for determination against the appellants. It held that the appeal was without merit. The federal government has reiterated commitment to reposition and revitalize the Nigerian economy for sustainable growth by exploring innovative strategies to bolster the nation's economy sustainability. Kikeloma Okere reports that the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Doris Uzoka Aniti, made this known at the 69th African Organization for Standardization in Abuja.
Africa Organization for Standardization was formed in 1977 with the principal mandate to harmonize African standards, conformity assessment and procedure in order to reduce technical barriers to trade and therefore promote intra-Africa and international trade as well as enhance the industrialization of Africa. The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, who was represented by the Director of Weights and Measures of the ministry, says there is need for increased cooperation among the African nations Nations and ASO member states in facilitating the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, especially with respect to enhancing a common regulatory framework in the context of technical barrier to trade.
They need to reflect on the challenges which have affected trade in Africa, especially the technical barriers to trade with respect to variant indices. Furthermore, it is envisaged that the year-long activities, including the standardization activities, both at the national, regional, and continental levels, will require collaboration among the member states.
Policymakers, we have come together to put the policy documents before us. It's all upon us here, ladies and gentlemen. These are the leaders on whom the policymakers have placed the responsibility to change everything within Africa. I can assure you that if we change that mindset, each and every little country is going to be rich simply by focusing on Africa.
The Director General Standard Organization of Nigeria, Ifeanyi Okeke, says the 69th ASO Nigeria will not only foster collaboration but will further reinforce the established relationship between the Council members who administer ASO activities within the continent. Adding that ASO Council play a vital role in approving harmonized African standards and regulations across the continent, thereby ensuring that the highest standards of quality, safety and innovation are deployed to facilitate trade within the African Continental Free Trade Zone and globally.
The development of African standards and international activities in Africa, and also to create an avenue for knowledge sharing and to promote the adoption and implementation of standards and harmonization among African countries, and also to facilitate trade across the African continent. And finally is to create an enabling environment for the African Continental Free Trade Area.
Standard, and I emphasize on one point. It said that when relevant international standards do not meet our commitment, do not meet our needs, we need to have our own standards. It should not be questionable. We should be also driving our own standardization work, our own development at the continental level. Why should we have those standards? Is to be able to conform to the market. First,
the 69th ASO is tagged Acceleration of the African Continental Free Trade Area Implementation. One standard, one step, one certificate accepted everywhere is aimed to unify the African market. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
FCT Primary Healthcare Board has declared its commitment to eradicating the circulation poliovirus type 2, which has the capability to mutate. During a media briefing to mark the 2023 Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week, the Acting Executive Secretary of the FCT Primary Healthcare Board, Dr. Yaqub Mohammed, revealed that the board is escalating efforts through comprehensive vaccinations to uphold the zero transmission level. The PHCB Executive Secretary says the exercise will run for a week across the 6 area council of the FCT, targeting children from 0 to 59 months for oral vaccine, with 1,274,416 populations to be vaccinated. The College of Education Academic Staff Union on Monday commended the President Bola Tinubu for his listening to voice of reasoning by suspending the deduction of 40% from the internal generated revenues of the federal government on tertiary institutions in the country. Tinubu, via the Minister of Education Tahir Mamman at the University of Ibadan last Friday, announced the suspension of the policy, which receives widespread criticism from academic unions such as COEAU, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, and the Academic Staff Unions of Polytechnics, amongst others. The Director of Federal Scholarship Board, Anstar Ndajiwo, has called on prospective candidates to be disciplined and focused during the exercise. She gave the charge during the 2024-2025 Commonwealth Scholarship and Fellowship Plan nomination exercise in Abuja. Global TV education correspondent Subarat Usman was at the opening ceremony and now brings us details.
The director said the Commonwealth Fellowship Plan is highly prestigious as the award covers the awardee and their spouses. Hence, applicants should be focused and dedicated throughout the screening process.
This year, about 2,000 applicants applied through the electronic application system, the EAS. The CSFP is highly prestigious as the award covers the awardees and their spouses. Hence, we should be disciplined and focused during the exercise. I wish to use this opportunity to urge our erudite and credible panelists to continue to adhere to the set criteria of the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission with a view to presenting the usual high-quality candidates.
She urged panelists to continue to adhere to the established criteria for the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission with a view to presenting the usual high-quality candidates for the minister's endorsement. Inaugurating the panelists, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Andrew Adejo, noted that applications and submissions will be graded based on academic background, quality of study plan, and likely development impact on completion of the study. It is imperative to present their application based on strongest relevance to national development.
The application and submissions will be graded based on academic merits, quality of your study plan, and likely development impact on completion of your study. It is therefore imperative to further inform you that the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission's nomination criteria gives high priority to application that presents the strongest relevance to national development. In this wise, I want to encourage you all, like the director had already said, to remain disciplined, focused during the interview sessions, to enable you qualify for nomination.
Since inception in 1959, more than 30,000 individuals have so far benefited from the awards, and majority of the awardees from Nigeria have returned to make significant contributions to the development of the nation, particularly across the tertiary institution. Swabra Usman, Global Television News, Abuja.
Emirates Airlines will resume flight operations in and out of Nigeria soon, following discussions aimed at resolving the differences between Nigerian government and its United Arab Emirates counterpart. Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, who disclosed this after attending the 2023 Dubai Air Show in the UAE, also said the UAE government has granted approval to Nigerian carrier Airspace to fly direct into and out of Dubai. In a statement by Heads Press and Public Affairs of Ministries, Oduntayo Oluseyin says the minister also visited the pavilions of leading aviation and aerospace industries to inspect technologies that could be of use in driving his 5-point agenda for the aviation industry in Nigeria. The Gombe State government has appealed to the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, to sustain its intervention in education, health and nutrition, among others, across the state. The State Commissioner for Education, Aisha Tumegari, who spoke Monday in Gombe, the state capital, said the various inventions of the United Nations agencies have been all-encompassing and has left no child behind. She noted that aside from education, the health and nutrition sector of the state are focal points that the state will continue to partner with humanitarian organizations. Earlier, the officer in charge of UNICEF Bauchi Field Office, Dr. Clement Adams, in his remarks says 2023 end-of-year review meetings, where the commissioner spoke, drew both government and other partners of Gombe, Taraba, Adamawa, Bauchi, and Plateau states. Members of the Judiciary Staff Union in Osun State on Monday blocked entrance to the Osun State High Court in Osogbo in protest against Chief Judge Adekwele Ojo and the management of the activities in the judiciary in the state. The protesting workers, led by Gbenga Eludimire, prevented movement into the premises, armed with placards with inscriptions such as "Judiciary staff deserves better," "We're tired of oppression and stagnations," an unlawful suspension of judiciary staff without recourse Judicial Service Commission is barbaric, among others, accused Ojo of refusal to pay wardrobe allowances for workers in the last 3 years. More details of this in our subsequent bulletin. The Anambra State government, through the State Programs Welfare Board, has changed its Christian pilgrimage route from Israel to Rome and Greece for intending programs. This is following the war between Israel and Hamas, which has led to several casualties and unrest. The notification to that effect was contained in a press statement signed by the Senior Special Advisor to the State Governor on Programs, Felicia Uzoma, and the Principal Executive Officer of the board, Obiara Nweke, on Monday. The board said Rome and Greece were selected because they hold immense historical and spiritual significance. We are on Startime Channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @Global TV and other handles now showing on your screen. When the AM News returns, Messi's 2022 World Cup jersey goes for auctions. With details of this and other stories right after. Welcome back to Global Television, bringing you live broadcasts of the AM News from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. On the foreign scene, Isabel Mabarak Ripoll, an international pop star professionally known as Shakira, has reached a deal with Spanish authorities in her tax fraud case. The deal was announced hours before the singer's trial for tax evasion was meant to commence on Monday. In the suit, it was alleged that Shakira owed over 14.5 million euros on income earned between 2012 and 2014. While she listed the Bahamas as her primary residence during this period, prosecutors claimed that she had spent the majority of her time in Spain. With the deal, Shakira is now required to pay a sum of 7.3 million euros fine with a suspended 3-year sentences. Shakira has constantly defended her innocence ever since the lawsuit became public. In July 2022, prosecutors offered a deal to the Hips Don't Lie singer, but the singer rejected after she insisted on proving her innocent in the trial. Shakira also said she needed to move past the stress and emotional toll of the last several years and to focus on her kids and career. Let's talk about business now, where the Central Bank of Nigeria has again postponed the meeting of its Monetary Policy Committee despite the surge of inflation. The meeting, which was scheduled to be held on Monday and Tuesday, has been postponed for the second time since Olayemi Cardoso became governor in September. The latest postponement will keep investors and analysts waiting a bit longer for Cardoso's approach to studying inflation, which hit 27.33% in October 2023. International Telecommunications Union ITU, the United Nations arm in charge of global arms communication, is preparing to development for the generation of technology, the 6G, by 2030. ITU, of which Nigeria is a member, rules from Radio Communication Assembly 2023 RA23 concluded at the weekend in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and charted a future direction in radio communication system across members' countries. The Assembly adopted a resolution that will guide the development of standards and radio interface technologies for the 6G of international mobile telecommunications, IMT systems, among others. RA23 also adopted a resolution on gender equality to strengthen, accelerate, widen active involvement of women in the ITU radio communication sector, ITUR. The Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority, NSIA, has launched a $500 million renewable investment platform for limitless energy in order to enjoy the benefits of innovation, growth, and economic transformation. Speaking on partnership at the weekend, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of NSIA, Aminu Umar Sadiq, noted that the collaboration between NSIA and the International Finance Corporation's IFC is a clear demonstration of its dedication to sustainable energy transition in Nigeria. The program manager of Ripple, Yusuf Umar, noted that Ripple is committed to empowering the customers with resilience and environmentally friendly energy solutions that will optimize productivities and reduce carbon footprint. African countries have called for an equitable and inclusive global tax system in the United Nations. The continent stated that a new framework convention on internationally taxed corporations has become necessary to rectify the historical imbalance in global tax governance and offer a more equitable platform for dialogue and decision-making. The leader of the African Group and permanent representative of the Republic of Zambia at the United Nations, Chola Milambo, says the proposal of the Framework Convention on International Tax Cooperation was not a mere policy document, but a beacon of hope for developing countries that have long sought a voice in shaping of international tax reforms. A set of jerseys, 6 that Lionel Messi wore during the Argentina's victorious 2022 World Cup run, will be auctioned in December. Sotheby announced Monday, estimating their value at $10 million. The football star donned this shirt during the first half of the group stage rounds against Saudi Arabia and Mexico, as well as later games against Australia, the Netherlands and Croatia, and the final against France. The most expensive individual jersey ever sold at auction was the basketball legend Michael Jordan wore during the NBA final runs with the Chicago Bulls in 1998. It, of course, sold for $10.1 million last year. That is on Global TV AM News. We are on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. On behalf of the production team, I am Fauziya Lukman, thanking you so very much for watching. I'll see you soon.